All right, everyone, welcome back. It is another amazing Wednesday here for the SheEO people. I am super excited to welcome in the amazing Najee, y'all. She goes by Goldie, and I'm super excited to introduce her amazing skills and everything she has to talk about with this, involving her journey and all the ups and downs that come with running your own business, y'all. You already know, make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, like, share, and comment. But let's go ahead and jump into this interview. Welcome back. So, like I told you, we will be interviewing my amazing friend. I'm super excited for you guys to hear her story and just everything she does. Obviously, I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Obviously, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Of course, I'm so happy to be here.
So, obviously, tell us who you are. I know who you are and what you do, and we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah, my name is Najee, but of course, my art name OG Goldie. You can call me Goldie. I am a digital animator as well as a painter, but right now my focus is on digital animation. I run a commission business where I do animations and art for other people. And yeah, that's just a little synopsis about
Yes,
myself.
I love that. That is so dope. That is just great. I already know your creativity has always been super dope. So I'm happy to see that. It's really cool to see the progress and the growth. Um, Tell me how you got into it. What was your motivation to kind of take it on and really pursue it further?
I would say my motivation came a lot from my mom. You know, when I first started drawing, she never really made me feel like, okay, this can't be a career. So she kind of did give me that extra push. And then over the years, it's just kind of like it's just been my passion. I just don't really know anything else. I always knew that I loved cartoons. I just didn't always know, well, what is it that you're supposed to do when you like cartoons? I went from like illustration to just being a painter, and I'm like, oh, it's digital animation.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that I was able to, find this little niche because it definitely fits me perfectly and exactly what I want to do.
That's dope. I love that. Do you do anything else or is it your main focus? Like, are you working on the side or are you building for it to be your main income?
Yeah, I'm working for it to be my main income, but of course, there are struggles as an artist. So it's just kind of like, you know, I do work a 9 to 5. I recently picked up a second job at a painting place. It's like a sip and paint place.
Yeah.
We're gonna see how that goes.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm also in school full time for digital animation as well.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, how do you balance that? Because that's obviously adulthood is going to happen. So, how are you balancing trying to pursue your dreams, your 9 to 5, and school?
You know, to be determined. I'm just, trying my best. I feel like it kind of like aligns in my day because I do night classes. So I work 9 to 5. Then right afterwards, I go to work. And then on the weekends, I picked up a second job. So I try and have like, everything kind of makes sense so that I don't feel like I'm just running around, trying to figure it all out. So I do like a schedule. So,
Okay. I
yeah.
love that. Do you make time for yourself? How is your self-care going?
Okay, so that is usually over the weekend. So I'm a little bit nervous about that because I picked up the second job. Um, but most of the time, I try and make time for myself over the weekends when
Yeah.
I'm not at work or at school. Of course, still balancing schoolwork and things like that. But during the week, I do, like to read and journal. So I do little things to reflect and have a little time to myself as well.
That's good, girl, because I know a lot of people I've talked to in our age bracket, we don't know what that is. Like, we don't know. It's too much going on. I'm like, y'all, how do you take a minute to breathe? What do you do? Let me know so I can add it to my life. But
Right.
I love that. Let's see. What do I want to focus on? Okay, so you're into the digital animation world. You're painting, you're artist. Do you have any experts or people that you look up to kind of guide your journey?
Yes, I feel like representation is key. So I always like to find an artist that I really like and kind of try and figure, because artists aren't always going to share their tips.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to follow them and kind of, see what path they took. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
give or take, some things may not work for you.
Right.
But I would say one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite painters, and business women in general is 730T.
Mm-hmm.
And she is someone that I followed closely for a very long time. She's came to Atlanta. I've met her before, like amazing person.
Yeah.
I 10 out of 10 would recommend following her. She's great. She's a mom too, so it's
Oh.
like she's really cool, boss
Mm-hmm.
woman. And recently I have, as far as like animation, I like Ketnips.
Okay.
Um, he's a he is a male, but he is a independent animator, and he
Mm-hmm.
basically just makes animations on social media, so like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Oh wow.
So you know,
Hmm. Okay, I'm definitely gonna do some research and try and put it in the video because I think that would be super dope to just see the differences and just like because artists they always talk about their the way they express is based on like I see it more personality or their interest and I love to see the differences even if it's the same type of art. I'm not an artist, so
yeah,
I'm kind of spitballing here with my explanation.
yeah, yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so tell me about your art. What type of art would you say you do? Obviously, I know digital animation, but what is your like, I guess, style or focus when you are creating?
Okay, so I would say my style is more like surrealism.
Mhm.
So surrealism is kind of like there are things that could happen in the real world, but it's more of like this fictional world that you
Mhm.
create. Um, and it's like really weird, a lot of kind of trippy characteristics. I would say to put you in the mind, like maybe like Alice in Wonderland, stuff like that. Things
Yeah.
like you're like, okay, why is the clock spinning? Like, what's going on? Like, why are we going down
Yeah.
this rabbit hole?
Mhm.
So I would say that's more so of my style. I like to incorporate my own characteristics within art
Mhm.
as well. I like it to be a little weird because
Mhm.
I do feel like over the years I've, gone through challenges that have physically, made me different and stand out amongst other people. So I want people to have a space to where they feel like, okay, it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be a little
Yeah.
different. So yeah.
I love that. And obviously, it's going to be in the video, y'all. I'm going to put pictures of her work just so you guys can see. I love it. It's so dope. It really, like, the way you described it, that's exactly what I see. And I'm like, yo, that's really dope. I love it.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Okay. So obviously, we have to keep on the path of women. When you are obviously we know that Black women are striving in the education world. We're growing as entrepreneurs. What are your thoughts? Do you think that it's something we have to do or it's something that we just kind of fell into?
First of all, I'm sorry. Someone's driving by with a motorcycle. I don't know. I
Oh,
have some fresh air coming in here, so I don't know if they're
okay.
outside.
No,
Um,
you're fine.
but yeah, I'm sorry. Can you rephrase that? I got a little.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Okay, so Black women in the business world, the education world, do you think that we are striving because we have to or because we kind of fell into it and it's something we're good at?
I feel like it could be a little bit of both.
Mhm.
Um, I do feel like sometimes, what is meant for you kind of just finds you. It's not
Mhm.
always, we've had this passion our entire lives.
Mhm.
But I do feel like a lot of things have been a lot more intentional just
Mhm.
because of the fact that, we are taking chances on ourselves more so and trying to stick out from the norm, working a 9 to 5. Um, Also, life is a lot harder for us and
Mhm.
we need those funds. We need
Yeah.
those extra streams of income
Mhm.
and the challenges that we may face. So I think that it's definitely a little bit of both. It just really depends on that specific person, that specific woman's journey.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah,
Okay. Do you think that you found yourself doing it? Obviously, your passions in your businesses, the things that you're trying to accomplish is something that you've chosen to do. But as far as the education aspect, like my husband, he doesn't really agree with school. But when it comes down to it, if it's necessary, do you think that that's something that you feel you needed to do, like going to school and trying to further your knowledge and your skills? It's kind of a loaded question. Sorry.
No, that's a really good question because I kind of feel the same way as your
Mhm,
husband, which is why it took me a lot longer to
mhm,
go to school. I definitely didn't start right out of college. I
mhm.
worked at Walgreens,
Hey.
and I was like, I'm an artist. I don't need to go to college. I'm not going to
Yeah.
college. I definitely was not very big on it.
Mhm,
I've gone to a couple different schools that I feel like weren't the right fit for me, but I
mhm.
definitely don't think that you need art. I mean, that you need a degree
Yeah.
to have a career in art or whatever you're trying to do. Of course, you know, certain things you do need a degree for, but
Mhm.
some things you really just don't. It's
Yeah.
just the experience and the knowledge that you gain along the way.
Mhm.
A lot of my favorite artists that I look up to, they never went to school. They
Right.
just figured it out. For
Mhm.
me personally, I just decided to do it because I feel like sometimes I do have a hard time finishing things.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish this.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to finish this journey. It feels important to me. But I don't put unnecessary pressure on myself along the way. If I feel like I need a break or if I feel like, okay, maybe school is not right for me at this moment, maybe I need to take a semester off or maybe two
Mhm.
semesters. Um, so yeah, I
That,
could definitely understand where you're coming from.
yeah, and I definitely get that too, and I think that that's an important mindset to have. Like you pointed out, taking time off. You can't push through it and then expect like these amazing results, especially if like you're not in the mindset. So I definitely agree. I think that's a great way to put it. Would you say that you have those moments where you're not motivated, or what do you do in those moments where you're not motivated to continue with your passion?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I have those moments all the time. You know, sometimes I really feel like just to be honest, I am a human. I don't really know what to do sometimes.
Yeah.
And when I don't know what to do, I do like to pray.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important whether you're spiritual or religious or whatever you believe in. I just feel like you should turn to that in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like to write things out a lot
Yeah.
because I feel like when I'm not motivated, I'm not seeing my vision. I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
seeing my purpose. And it's like, okay, maybe I need to remind myself of what is my purpose? Why am I here? And
Yeah.
why I'm on this path. So,
Yeah, girl, that's me all day.
yeah.
Like the title is always like, okay, what are you doing now? Like, why are you here? Purpose for this
Yes.
month. Yeah, it's important. Write it down, and I definitely think it comes into your reality when you put it on paper. So most definitely, I love it. Do you have any motivation or not motivation, inspirational words for people on the same path?
Yes. I feel like my inspirational words are never give up,
Mm,
try as many times as you need to. And, just because your present right now is not looking exactly like how you want it to, doesn't mean that this is all that's for you.
mhm,
So, just be patient with yourself. I feel like patience is key because you can't
mhm.
compare your journey to anybody else's.
Yeah.
You can only really compare yourself to, of course, where you were maybe a week ago or a year
Mhm,
ago. So it's just important to not lose sight and, the comparisons with social media and just the world
mhm.
in general. Um, so yeah, patience and just, of course, just stay focused at the end of the day as much as you
Yeah, no,
can.
really, really, whatever you take out, that's good. You put what you can. I love that. Is there any way that we can connect with you? Because I definitely want to talk to you about some future endeavor. I'm thinking about putting a book together for kids, so we can definitely talk about illustrations if you're down. That would be
Yeah,
dope.
I
So,
would.
what about? No, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, just how can we get in touch with you? Social media, website, all of it.
Yeah. So for right now, my email is oggoldyart@gmail.com. So it's spelled just like my Instagram, and you can also DM me as well. I would prefer emails, um, just because I will overlook a DM on Instagram. A lot
Yeah.
of times it's not that serious, unless I know you personally. Um, but yeah, for right now, email is the easiest way to get in contact with me.
Okay, awesome. Are there any forms of digital animation or just art in general that you don't do? So we can kind of nip it in the bud now.
Not really. I feel like I'm looking for all of the experience that I can get. Of course, anything hate related.
Right.
But I don't feel like people that are listening to you would have anything to do with that anyways. So yeah, anything, negative, hate related, race related, that's not upbuilding, one specific race.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But everything I'm pretty much into,
Mhm.
I'm pretty much open to. I'm looking for
Okay.
the experience.
I love it. I love it. Obviously, like I said, I'm not gonna keep too much of your time. I know the day has to keep going, but I appreciate you for doing this. In the future, for sure, if you have anything coming out or you want to promote, let me know. I'm down to have you back. And obviously, have an amazing day. And please, anything else you want to leave with us?
Um, I wouldn't say anything in specific. I just hope that everybody has a good day and having a good weekend. I was gonna show my cat, but she just left, so she didn't want to be a part of it. But yeah, everybody just take care of yourself, and pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'll just.
No, I definitely appreciate it. You guys already know every Wednesday we're gonna try and do another woman that just has a story to share. Saturdays, are amazing just chase the topics when you love to hear me rant and talk about my life. But make sure you go follow her pages. All of her information is gonna be in the description box as well as on her website with her own special background. So make sure you check her out and any animation things that you need. Definitely get in touch. I know I will. But this is just Jasa, and this is our interview. Bye.
Bye.